Hello students, this side Sarika, your maths teacher. If you have not subscribed my channel, please subscribe. The name of my channel is Sarika Krishna Online Classes. Right children? So in this video, I'm going to explain arithmetic progressions. Right? What do you mean by the arithmetic progressions? Arithmetic progressions is just a series of numbers in which the common difference is same. For example, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. Common difference is 2. 3, 6, 9, 12. Common difference is 3. Right? Similarly, table of 4, table of 5. Right? When the common difference is same, 5, 10, 15, 20, then that series is called arithmetic progressions. I hope it's clear. Like अगर आपका कॉमन डिफरेंस सेम है दो नंबर्स के बीच में हाउ डू वी फाइंड द डिफरेंस सेकंड माइनस फर्स्ट थर्ड माइनस सेकंड कॉमन डिफरेंस जो होता है राइट तो so arithmetic progression is a series in which the common difference is same right now general form of AP, we call it AP in short, arithmetic progression. It is written as A plus D, A plus 2D, A plus 3D. What is A? A is the first term. What is D? D is the common difference. When to the first term, you keep on adding the common difference, you get the next number. Suppose the number is 5. When you add to get 10, you are adding 5. So 10 aa gaya. Then in 10, you are adding 5. Then you are getting 15. Means you are adding 5 to every number. For example, I have taken here if the first term is 10, 5, add the common difference. In this, the common difference is suppose 5. So second term is formed by 5 plus 5. Then the third is formed by, right, the second term plus D or A plus 2D. A plus 2D, A plus 3D, right? So the common difference is multiplied once, twice, thrice and like on. See, right? So now here we have written the example also. So there are many series, many numbers, multiples. You can say the multiples also. Multiples means the table of 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. They all have the common difference same. अगर आप 6 का table लिखोगे तो common difference same आएगा 6. 7 का लिखोगे तो same आएगा 7. Right? So this is a general form. Whenever we find the terms, first term, second term, third term, then generally we write these terms A plus D, A plus 2D. Right? So now in this series, this A is the first term, which here it is 5. Common difference D. D is here 5. There is a difference of 5. How to find the last term? To find the last term, we should have the n. N means the number of terms. Suppose I have to find in this table of 5, I have to find the 50th term. I have to find the 1000th term. So उसमें n क्या होगा? N means the number of terms. अगर उसमें terms 1000 है, तो n will be 1000. If there are 50 terms, तो n will be 50. So what is required here? A first term, right? D common difference, n number of terms. So we can find the last term. Last term means the 100th term, 1000th term, 50th term, 20th term, like that. So there is a general formula for the last term. We call it nth term also, an, denoted by an. So an is equal to A plus n minus 1 D. An is the last term, A is the first term, n is the number of terms, and D is the common difference, right? So for example, I have taken example here. This is a question 2, 4, 6, 8, 10 till I have to find the 20th term. N is here 20. So An will be, first you have to write the formula A plus n minus 1 D. आपने क्या करना है? You just have to substitute the value of A, that is 2. Here n 20 है आपका, minus 1. What is D? D is 2, right? So D you can find out second term minus first term like this way also, right? So I hope it's clear, right? So how to find the last term? A is required, N is required and D is required. Let us solve this. So you have to solve this with this. Don't add with this first, right? So here it's 19 into 2. So 2 plus 19, 2 is 38, then 40. So 20th term here will be A20 will be 40. So here if n you know, you can put here n20, right, in the foot of A. So A20 here is means 20th term is 40. So this is how we find out the last term, right? So I'll repeat this again, right? So arithmetic progression in general it is written A plus D, A plus D, 2D. ये D क्यों लगा रहे हैं हम? क्योंकि it is a series in which the common difference is same, right? So for example 5, 10, 15, 20. This is a table of 5, right? So the table of 5 can be a series which is an AP, right? A table of 2 also, a table of 6 also, all the tables they are in AP because they have a common difference. आप 10 का टेबल लिखोगे 10, 20, 30, 40, common difference तो 10 ही होगा. तो common difference should be same. Then the series is in AP, right? So how to find the last term? There is a formula an is equal to a plus n minus 1d. If you have to find the 20th term, तो आपको a20 निकालना है, आपको उसमें a डालना है, that is 2 here, right? N is 20, d is the difference here is 2, right? So just substitute the values, you'll get the last term. So this is a formula to find the last term now, right? We can find out from this formula. There are unknown 1, 2, 3 and 4. Sometimes what happens, an is given, you have to find a, n is given, d is given. Out of 4 terms, यहाँ पे 4 terms है. Out of the 4 terms, 3 will be given. आपको एक निकालनी होगी, तो you can use this formula. Sometimes n is asked, आपको n निकालना पड़ता है, d दिया, a दिया, a n दिया. Sometimes you have d. Sometimes you have to find out d also. n है, a है, a n है. आपके पास 4 में से 3 terms होंगी. That will be known और आपको the 4 terms निकालनी है, right? So we'll do some questions related to this formula. Okay students, I have written 2 questions. In this we have to find the value of k. For what value of k the series will be in AP? Means the series will be in AP if common difference is same, right? So let us do this first question first. So here these are the terms. In order to prove if whether they are in AP, so they will be in AP, we have to check the common difference. If the common difference is same, then they are in AP. But here in the question it's written that they are in AP, so common difference will be same. So common difference same hoga, then you will be able to find out the value of k, right? So common difference means second term minus first term. Common difference कैसे आता है? Second minus first, or it can be third term minus second term, right? 2 terms होती है, second minus first, third minus second. So this way we find out the common difference. So let us see what is the common difference here. So let us equate them. तो यहाँ से common difference आएगा, तो that will be 3k plus 3 minus 2k plus 1. So this is the difference, second term minus first term. Then here that will be equal to third term. Third term से आपको second term subtract करनी है, and that is 3k plus 3, right? So this way we find out the difference. हम difference कैसे निकालते हैं? Second term में से first term minus करते हैं और third term में से second term minus करते हैं. So they are equal. क्यों equal है? Because they are in AP. Question में लिखा कि AP में है, तो हमने इनको common difference same डाल दिया, right? So let us solve, right? 3k plus 3, here it's negative, so here it is outside the 2 terms, right? So they have to be negative 2k minus plus minus 1. Similarly here also 5k minus 1 minus 3k minus 3. जब यहाँ माइनस होता है तो दोनों टर्म्स का साइन चेंज होता है. अगर अंदर प्लस है तो you have to check minus plus minus. This way you have to check, right? So now इसको सॉल्व करते हैं के. सो 3k minus 2k is 1k, 3 minus 1 is 2, प्लस का लगेगा कि बड़ा, राइट? यू पुट द साइन ऑफ द ग्रेटर नंबर हियर, राइट? 5 minus 3 that is 2k, minus 1 minus 3 that is minus 4. बड़े का साइन लगता है, यहाँ बड़ा 3 था, राइट? सो नाउ यू हैव टू शिफ्ट k टू द लेफ्ट साइड. ये आपको यहाँ शिफ्ट करेंगे तो साइन चेंज होगा, right? Here to you are supposed to shift to the right side. So positive था negative हो जाएगा, right children? So I hope it's clear. I'm just opening the bracket. Bracket में minus था, minus के साथ sign change हो गए, minus के साथ sign change. I'm just combining the like terms, 3k, 2k, 5k, 3k, right? So फिर उसके आप एक तरफ करते हो. So what is the answer here? Minus 1k, 2 में से 1 के 1. Here it's minus 4 plus 2, 6. Minus minus is plus. You just have to add, right? So here children, what happened? Accordingly, what is left here? Okay. So now here the answer of this will be 6, right? So I hope it is clear. इसमें क्या था? This series दी हुई थी आपको, 3 terms दी हुई थी और बोला था that it is in AP. अगर ये AP में है, common difference same होगा, right? So common difference we have found second minus first, third minus second. Common difference को आप equate करो क्योंकि it is an AP and find out the value of k. So value of the k comes out to be 6. I hope this question is clear. Now there is a next question here. Which term of AP? We have this AP here. You have to find n. So AP here is -2, -7, -12 and so on, right? And the last term is given -77. Last term is this and you are supposed to find N, right? So I told you in that formula of last term, right? If you'll be having A, you'll be having D, you'll be having the last term, you can find out N, right? So let us apply that formula. AN is equal to A plus N minus 1D. For the last term, we apply this formula. यहाँ पे क्या दिया हुआ आपको? AN. AN, it is given -77. What is A? A is the first term, right? And we don't have, we are supposed to find what is D. अब आपने D निकालना है. आप D पहले यहाँ निकाल लो. Second minus first, right? So how do we find the second term minus the first term? So आपका यहाँ -7, यहाँ +2 हो जाएगा. माइनस, देयर आर 2 साइन, माइनस माइनस प्लस. आपके जब दो साइंस होते हैं तो आप उसको अकॉर्डिंगली सॉल्व करते हो. 7 बड़ा है तो -5. 7 minus 2 that is 5. और साइन आप डालते हैं ग्रेटर नंबर का, राइट? ओके, सो यहाँ पे आपके पास आ गया D -5. सो सिंस इट हैज अ नेगेटिव साइन तो मैंने यहाँ ब्रैकेट लगा ली, राइट? क्योंकि यहाँ तो मल्टीप्लाई करना होता है, राइट? सो -77 इज इक्वल टू -2. आप इसको ब्रैकेट को इसके साथ भी इंटू करो, इसके साथ भी. तो -5n, -5 into n is -5n, minus minus is plus, 5 1 is 5. Accordingly, you can simplify this. Now, here let us write this way. -77, 2 इधर आ गया, इसको इधर ले आओ, चेंज कर दो साइन. -5n, राइट? देयर वाज 5 ऑल्सो. तो आप ऐसे करते हैं कि इस स्टेप में हम नहीं लाते हैं, यहीं पे सॉल्व कर देते हैं पहले. +3 +5 और -2 दैट इज +3. सो -77 -3 अब ले आओ, राइट? साइन चेंज हो गया, राइट? सो हियर इट बिकम्स -80, हियर इट्स -5n, that is -5n. So in order to find n, आप -80 को डिवाइड करते हैं -5 से. माइनस कैंसिल हो गया और you get 16. So what is the value of n here is 16, right? So क्या था इसमें? सीरीज दी हुई थी. इन द सीरीज आपका a भी है, आप d भी निकाल सकते हो, आपका लास्ट टर्म भी दिया हुआ है. So you were supposed to find the number of terms. Which term means n. आपने n निकाल लिया, इक्वेशन में डाल दो वैल्यूज, an डाल लो, a डाल लो, d डाल दो. अकॉर्डिंगली जैसे हम इक्वेशन सॉल्व करते हैं, जस्ट सॉल्व दैट वे, राइट? इफ देयर इज अ नंबर आउटसाइड द ब्रैकेट, इधर को लिखा हो चाहे इधर को लिखा हो, so you are supposed to multiply that number with each and every term inside the bracket, right? So then accordingly solve and find out the value of n. So n which term? 16th term will, that 16th term will be -77. So these were the questions of this formula an, last term. An is equal to a plus n minus 1d. So there are other questions also, right? जिसमें आप यही फॉर्मूला आप लगाओगे, कभी d दिया होगा, कभी कुछ. So we will do other questions. Okay students, we'll do 2 more questions of the same formula. An is equal to a plus n minus 1d. Now these are the 2 questions here. What is the first question here is, okay, now this question is, if 7 times means multiply, 7 multiply 7th term. 7th term you have to multiply by 7 and that is equal to 11 times 11th term, right? This means here 11 times 7th term is equal to, sorry, not 7, 11 times, it is 7 times 7th term and 11 times 11th term, right? 7 times 7th term, A7, 7th term, how do we write it? A7. How do we write the 11th term? A11. We'll apply the formula of A7, that is A plus 7 minus 1D. This way we write the formula, right? So here, how do we write the 11th term? A plus 11 minus 1D. This way, right? So this becomes a plus 60. This becomes a plus 10d. 11 minus 1 is 10. So similarly, you can just multiply. Just open the bracket. 7 से multiply करो. 7a plus 7 6 are 42d. Here it's 11a and 11 into 10 is 110d. So now bring to the left side. a साथ में रख लो, right? 42d है. उसके साथ ये 110d लिया. Right? These are the like terms, these two are the like terms. Just solve them, right? So negative is greater, minus 4a. 11 minus 7 is 4. बड़े का साइन लगाते हैं हम. यहाँ पे माइनस आएगा. Here it's 8 and 68d, right? Now here we have subtracted and बड़े का साइन आएगा because greater was 110. So 110 का हमने साइन लगा दिया, 11 का साइन लगा दिया, and we have subtracted. So now here we can take out common, right? There is nothing on the right side. So -4 अगर हम common लें तो here we get 17d, right? Now, right? This is the question now. 4 उधर जाके 0 हो जाएगा. So a plus 17d that is equal to 0. अब इतना काम तो हो गया. Now what is the question? Find its 18th term. आपको 18th term निकालनी है, right? आपके पास a की वैल्यू नहीं है, d की वैल्यू नहीं है, but you will be using this equation here. So 18th term, how do we write the 18th term here? How do we write the 18th term? A18, how it is written? A plus 18 minus 1d. So that will be a plus 18 minus 1 is 17d, right? So we already have this equation here. We'll be using 1. A plus 17d is 0. So it means that this will be 0. So 18th term will be 0 in this series, right? So what was the question? Some equation we have to form, right? 7 times the 7th term, 11 times the 11th term. 7 times, let us write the formula of 7th term, a plus 7 minus 1d. Here a plus 11 minus 1d. Accordingly open it, right? Multiply by 7, multiply by 11. Like terms आप left पे कर लो, solve कर लो. You'll get some equation. अब यहाँ से a और d तो नहीं आ रहा है because we can't solve this alone. Single equation alone, right? There has to be another equation to solve. तो कुछ तो होगा, ये equation कहीं तो use होगी. So let us see the 18 term. आपको 18 term you were supposed to find. 18 term हम लिखते कैसे हैं? Let us check. So ये हमने check किया तो पता चला कि that same आया, a plus 17d. So we already have the answer of a plus 17d 0. So it means 18 term जो है वो 0 होगी, right? So ये जो है AP उसकी जो 18 term होगी that will be 0. So we have done. So there is another one more question. Is 0 a term? 0 किसी की last term हो सकती है इस series में, right? So what is the series? Series is given है 31, 28, 25. सीरीज जो है उल्टी भी हो सकती है, डिक्रीजिंग ऑर्डर में हो सकती है, इंक्रीजिंग ऑर्डर में हो सकती है, राइट? सो हियर इट इज इन द डिक्रीजिंग ऑर्डर. और लास्ट में वो कह रहे हैं कि क्या जीरोस की एक टर्म है, मींस ए एन जीरो हो सकता है, एन यू डोंट हैव, यू हैव टू फाइंड. चल लगा लेते हैं फॉर्मूला, राइट? सपोज हियर, राइट, इट्स गिवन दैट फ्रॉम हियर फर्स्ट टर्म इज 31. सो डी क्या होगा आपका? डी होता है डिफरेंस, सेकेंड टर्म माइनस फर्स्ट टर्म, तो वो क्या आ जाएगा आपका? -3, राइट? 31 माइनस 28 3 होता है, और नेगेटिव का बड़े का साइन लगाते हो. नाउ ए एन इसमें क्या होगा? 0, क्योंकि यू हैव टू चेक कि वो 0 कोई टर्म है, तो टर्म है चेक करने के लिए. सो वी विल टेक दैट सपोज है, राइट? लेट अस अज्यूम कि ये कोई टर्म है और हम ले लेते हैं उसको ए एन. सो लेट अस अप्लाई द सेम फॉर्मूला, a plus n minus 1d here, right? So here a n is 0. So ये पूरा यहाँ पे 0 इस साइड पे डाल देती हूँ, a n की वैल्यू में नहीं यहाँ डालेंगे, राइट? So what is a? 31. We don't know n, we have to find out. So here d is -3 and 0. So let us open the bracket here. इसको इससे into करोगे -3, you get -3 into n is -3n, minus minus plus 3 ones are is 3 equals to 0. Now let us simplify this here. 3n, there is, right, that it doesn't have any like term, so but we are supposed to solve 31 in this, that is 34, and here it's equal to 0. So -3n is equal to 34 goes to the right side with change of sign, and n निकालने के लिए आपको क्या करना है? -34 divided by -3. माइनस तो चलो कैंसिल हो गया, बट 34 is not divisible by 3, so we'll be getting the answers in negative. Answer will be 3 ones are 3, 3 ones are 3, 10, 3 3s are 9, and so on. So n here is 11.33, but the term can't be in decimals or in fractions. term नहीं हो सकती है, right? हम कैसे बोलेंगे term जो है 11.3, this term का जो नंबर है that should be a whole number, right? Like 0th term, first term, second term, third term, right? तो ये 11.3 decimal में term नहीं होती है. It means we have proved that no, zero answer is no, कि 0 cannot be the term. हम यहाँ लास्ट में क्या लिखेंगे? No, because the question was, is 0 a term? So in the last we will write no, 0 cannot be a term, right? Because it is a fraction or decimal, whatever you can say there, right there, right? So I hope these two questions are clear. Here the comparison was given, we formed an equation and we were supposed to find this, and we used that equation and we got that at 0. Now here we were supposed to check whether 0 is a term of this. We know that a is this, D we can find out by subtracting the second term minus first term, right? Subtracting two terms, consecutive terms, तो आपका D आ जाता है. अब हम we can assume that, चलो मान लेते हैं कि जीरो ला कोई टर्म है तो ले लेते हैं. जीरो को हमने कोई टर्म ले लिया, an की वैल्यू जीरो डाल दी कि कोई टर्म an है, उसमें से let us check कि n आता है कुछ. So n comes in fraction, और fraction और decimal में we can't have the terms. So I hope these questions are clear related to formula an is equal to a plus n minus 1 d. There are many questions you can try. थोड़ा सा आपको आइडिया हो गया कि a की वैल्यू भी अगर if the series is given a वहां से निकाल लो, d वहां से निकाल लो, लास्ट टर्म दिए तो डालो, लास्ट टर्म फाइंड आउट करनी है तो n डाल लो, n will be given there, राइट? कुछ ना कुछ तो दिया होगा. ओके चिल्ड्रन, अगर कुछ ऐसे दिया है कि 11 times the 7 term like that, or it is given that third term is 11, third term you can write a plus 3 minus 1 into d, उसको 11 डाल दो. एक और इक्वेशन देंगे, फिफ्थ टर्म इज लाइक 7, तो फिफ्थ टर्म लिख लो, उसको 7 डाल दो, दो इक्वेशंस आ जाएंगी. जस्ट सॉल्व द इक्वेशंस बाय एलिमिनेशन मेथड. सो यू कैन डू different questions by using the formula an is equal to a plus n minus 1d. Now the series, these terms we can find out the sum also. जैसे हमने last term निकाली, so how to find the sum? इनका sum भी हम निकाल सकते हैं. There is a direct formula for the sum also. So now we'll be doing the how to find the sum of the series in AP. Okay children? Now children, let us do the sum of the series in AP. Series होती है वो numbers की जो है series, right? 2 4 6 8 like that. So the series which is in AP, how to find the sum? So the formula, we have two formulas for sum, right? If the last term is not given, right? So we have a, we have n, we have d, we have to use this formula. N by 2, then the bracket starts 2a plus n minus 1 d, right? So now if the last term is given, then it is directly n by 2 a plus an. An was the last term, or you can write in place of an, you can write l. A plus l, l means the last term. A plus an, an means the last term. तो आपको a डालना है, last term डालना है, right? So these are the formulas, right? On this basis, on the basis of this formula, I've written one question here. You have to find the sum of, right? You have to find the sum of first 8 multiples of 3. Multiples of 3 क्या होते हैं? 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18, 21, 24. 8 बोले हैं तो I've written 8. Here you have a, right? A क्या होगा आपका first term, that is 3. D क्या होगा? Common difference. अब 3 का टेबल है तो common difference has to be 3, right? So n क्या है? 8, because there are 8 multiples. So we have the value of a, d and n. A, d and n we can substitute in this formula. So formula is, right? So Sn, n here, right? This is a general formula, but if you have n, then you have to write here S8, because n here is 8. So S8 is equal to 8. Just substitute 8 where it is n. 2a is 3. Here it is 8 and d is 3. Just simply solve that. Right, here you can cancel this one. This is 4. S8 is equal to here 4. 2 3s are 6 plus 7. 7 3s are 21. Right, let us write directly. So here it's 4. Just add 27 and it becomes 108. 4 7s are 28. 4 2s are 10. Right. So the sum of first 8 multiples of 3 is 108, right? So it's very easy. You have the formula. So you don't have to add all 3 plus 6 plus 9 plus 12 plus 15 like that. You can find 10 multiples also. कि क्या आंसर होता है? सारे जितने भी multiples of 3 हैं. You can 20 multiples भी निकाल सकते हो, 30 भी निकाल सकते हो, 1000 multiples भी निकाल सकते हो. उसमें आप n 1000 डाल देंगे. A आपके पास 3 होगा, D भी 3 होगा, और n आप 1000 डाल दो तो आपको वो sum मिल जाएगा. क्या? So it's a very easy method to find out the sum. लेकिन वो सीरीज किस में होनी चाहिए? एपी में. एपी में मतलब व्हाट डू मीन बाय इन एपी? कॉमन डिफरेंस सेम होना चाहिए. सो दो सीरीज जिसका कॉमन डिफरेंस लास्ट तक सेम होता है, यू कैन फाइंड आउट द सम ऑफ एन टर्म्स. एन कुछ भी हो सकता है, 1000, 2000, 3000. सो दिस इज अ वेरी गुड मेथड टू फाइंड आउट. राइट नाउ, right, so we'll be doing a question in which the last term is given, right, and using this formula directly. Just now we have used this formula, right? Now we'll be using this also. Okay children, so okay now. Okay students, now we will do this question in which we will be using the sum formula in which the last term is given, right? Now let us read the question. The first term and the last term of an AP are 5 and 45. First term is A, right? So what is given? A is given 5, last term is AN, right? That is 45. If the sum is given, right? Sum, we don't know the n, it is given 400 and we have to find the common difference. A is given, an is given, sn is given, and we are supposed to find d. So first sum is given, let us apply the formula of sum, right? So sn is equals to n by 2, right? 2a plus n minus 1d. Let us substitute the value of here Sn and A, right? So it will be n by 2, right? 2 into 5, right? We don't have this n here, right? We don't have D, right? So here, okay. So now since the last term is given, so we will not apply this formula here. We will just apply the last term, right? So that is the sum of an, right? So, okay. So A plus an, right? So this was the formula here. Now here A is 5 and an last term is 45 and the answer of Sn is 400. I am substituting on the right side, right? So here it becomes n by 2, here it's 50 and it becomes right. In order to find n, you can cancel here also by 2, 25. So 25n is equal to 400 and n will be equals to 400 divided by 25 and it is equals to, let us cancel it by 5, 5 5s are 5 8s are 40, 5 1s are 5 and 30, 5 6 are n is 16, right? So we have just found n, we are supposed to find d. So I'll repeat this again. A was given, an was given. So Sn formula is n by 2 a plus an. An we are using because the last term is given. So A is this, an is this. Just substitute the values here. Equate equal to sum. Sum is already given. Solve the equation and find n. N is 16. Now let us apply a. N is equal to a plus n minus 1d. Right? So last term we have 45. Right? This last term we have. A we have. Now n just now we have found 16. So we can solve the equation and find out d. Let us do that. So 45, let 5 come this side, right? With a change of sign, here it becomes 15d. 16 minus 1 is 15. Here it becomes 40, here it's 15d. So 15d is equal to 40. So d will be equals to 40 by 15. Cancel it with the table of 5. 5 3s are 5 8s are. So what is the value of d? It is in the fraction, right? So d is 8 by 3. So here what happened? What was given? A was given, an was given, Sn was given. We applied the formula of Sn of last term, right? Just में A plus an add up होता है. So from that we found n. N is 16. So now in the question it's written find d. So for d we have to use this formula. So last term is given, first term is given, n we have just now found. Solve it and find out d, right? So in these type of questions we can use both the formulas also. Sometimes you ask the value, they ask the value for which this formula has to be applied, right? Okay, now we'll do the last question now. Now we'll do the last question of this, right? This is the last question of this video. So I've not written the statement, I've written in short. What was the question? Question was that the sum of 6 terms is 42, right? And the ratio of a 10th term and the 30th term is 1:3, right? The ratio of 10th term and 30th term is given 1:3. And you are supposed to find a and 13th term. A13 is the 13th term, right? So let us see what is given. Solution. S6, here n is 6, right? Because S6 is given 42. Now let us start with this ratio. A10 upon A30 is equal to 1:3, right? So let us write the formula for A10. A10 will be A plus 10 minus 1D and this 30 will be A plus 30 minus 1D. You can directly write as a plus 9d, a plus 2090, right? Whatever is the n, a can up, you just subtract. So here it becomes a plus 9d and it becomes a plus 2090, right? The ratio is 1:3. Just cross multiply, right? This 3 comes here and goes. 1, this goes that side, right? So it becomes a plus 9d multiply by 3 and here a plus 29d, right? So let us multiply by 3. 3a plus 7, 3 9s are 27d and it is equal to this. So let us bring these terms to the left side, right? Here 3a minus a, right? What is that? That is 2a, right? So I'm doing directly. 27 minus 29, that is negative, that is minus 2d, right? So you have to bring these terms to the left and then subtract. I've done directly. So take 2 common. So a minus d will be 0 by 2 and that is 0. So a minus d is equal to 0 and a is equal to d. So we have found that a and d, they are same, right? So here what I did, I wrote the ratio of the 10th term and the 30th term, right? Writing in terms of a and d, solving the equation, we found that a and d are same. Now we will apply the formula of sum because it's given S6, that will be 6 by 2, and here n is this, right? First you have to write the formula, right? I'll write here Sn is equal to n by 2, 2a plus n minus 1d, right? This is the formula. Last term has been given, so we'll apply this formula, right? So n by 2, 2a plus n is 6 minus 1d. d I am substituting a. जहां d लगता है मैं वहां a डाल रही हूँ. क्यों? बिकॉज a and d हैज द सेम वैल्यू, दोनों इक्वल है. सो आप या तो d की जगह a डाल दो या a की जगह d डाल दो, राइट? सो ये कैंसिल होता है 3. सो हियर it becomes S6 is 3. Now here its answer is given 42. So let us equate to 42, right? So now no need of this here. We have 42 on the right side. So here will be 2a plus 6 minus 1 is 5. A, not d, it's a because a and d are same. So I've written in place of d, I've written a. So it becomes 7a is equal to 42. 7 3 is 21. A is equal to 42. A is equal to 42 divided by 21 and that is equal to 2. Right? So a is 2, so d has to be 2 because a and d are same. 2, right? So now we have to see what we are supposed to find out. Let us see what we have to find out in this question. The question was calculate the first and the 13th term. Okay, right? We have to calculate the first and the 13th term. This was the question. So first term to we have found 2. Let us find out the 13th term. What is 13th term? आप कैसे लिखते हो? a plus 13 minus 1 that is 12d. आप इसमें की वैल्यू डाल दो 2 और 12d भी 2 है, right? So 2 plus 12 2 is 24 is equal to 26. So what are the values of a and a 13, 2 and 26, right? This way we solve. Now I'll repeat this question again. I didn't write the statement. I've written the given things here that sum of 6 terms was 42 and the ratio of 10th and 30th term was 1:3 and you are supposed to find a and a13. Okay, I have written here a and a13. 13th term आपको निकालनी है और first term आपको निकालनी है. So let us start. Start हमने कहाँ से किया? इस रेशियो से. a10 फॉर्मूला लगा दो लास्ट टर्म का. a10 कैसे लिखते हैं? a plus 10 minus 1d जो कि a plus 9d होता है. So 30th term is a plus 29d क्योंकि 30 minus 1 is 29. उसको 1/3 के इक्वल डालो because the ratio has been given. Just cross multiply and come to some conclusion. Conclusion was that a is equal to d. a और d आपका दोनों का same है. So we'll be using this a is equal to d in sum क्योंकि sum भी आपको दिया हुआ है. Let us start with that formula. n by 2 2a plus n minus 1d. First write the general formula. Then substitute the values. In place of d I have substituted a क्योंकि a और d सेम है तो हम इसको एक वेरिएबल में बना देते हैं. सो d को हमने a डाला और इक्वल टू 42 डाला बिकॉज इट हैज बीन गिवन दैट S16 is 42. So here then what happens? Just solve for a की वैल्यू आ जाती है और तो आपका एक आंसर आ जाता है a का 2. a13 निकालना है तो अप्लाई द फॉर्मूला. a13 is written as a plus 12d. 12 क्यों? क्योंकि 13 माइनस 1 n माइनस 1 होता है, सो वहां पे d भी डाल दो, a भी डाल दो, you'll get 26. तो आंसर क्या है? A2 है और A13 is 26. I hope this question is clear, right? So I'm done with this chapter here, arithmetic progressions, right? So I'll just revise, right? So arithmetic progression वो सीरीज होती है जिसमें कॉमन डिफरेंस सेम होता है, राइट? उसका आप का लास्ट टर्म का फॉर्मूला होता है ए एन, दैट इज इक्वल टू ए प्लस एन माइनस 1d. 4 टर्म्स है वहां पे, ए एन, फिर ए एन और डी. 4 में से समटाइम्स 3 टर्म्स आर गिवन, आपको फोर्थ निकालनी है. वो एन भी हो सकता है, अब डी भी हो सकता है कि निकालो, और मिसिंग टर्म होगी एक, ए भी हो सकता है, सपोज इट इज मिसिंग एंड यू हैव टू फाइंड आउट, या ए एन आपको निकालना है. सो यूज दैट फॉर्मूला. देन कम्स द सम ऑफ द सीरीज एंड एपी. अब सम के दो फॉर्मूलाज होते हैं. एक तो होता है कि अगर आपके पास लास्ट टर्म नहीं है, so use n by 2 2a plus n minus 1d. If you have the last term directly, you have the first term, so apply sn is equal to n by 2 a plus s, an लगा दो या l लगा दो. लास्ट टर्म के लिए an भी लगाते हैं, लास्ट टर्म के लिए, और n भी, l और an are used for the last term. ठीक है, so सम का वो फॉर्मूला लगा लो which is applicable to that question, right? So I did some questions, right? एक बार रेशो दी होती है किसी टर्म्स की, लाइक 10th टर्म 30th टर्म, अप्लाई फॉर्मूला डालो 10th टर्म का, a प्लस 9d, a प्लस 29d, जो फॉर्मूला लास्ट टर्म का वही लगेगा, उसमें n जो है 30 डलेगा, n जो है 10 डलेगा. सॉल्व, कुछ फाइंड आउट करो, और कुछ दिया है, सम गिवन होता है, कई बार n गिवन होता है, जस्ट अप्लाई द फॉर्मूलाज एंड जस्ट सॉल्व दीज क्वेश्चंस. सो दिस इज ऑल अबाउट अरिथमेटिक प्रोग्रेशन, चिल्ड्रन. Okay, so thank you, stay blessed, work hard.